Welcome to What's Happening Now, your go-to source for all things geopolitics and international relations. I'm VG, and each week we dive deep into the complex world of global affairs, unraveling the stories behind the headlines and exploring the forces shaping our world. From diplomatic shifts and international conflicts to emerging trends and global power dynamics, we're here to break down the big issues and provide you with the insights you need to understand today's rapidly changing landscape. So whether you're a seasoned political junkie or just curious about the world stage, hit that subscribe button and join us as we navigate the intricate web of global politics. Let's dive into what's happening now. Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the United States, where he delivered a speech to Congress, drew significant attention, especially with the record 58 standing ovations he received. During his speech, Netanyahu attributed U.S. protests against Israel's operations in Gaza to Iranian influence, describing the protesters as useful idiots of Iran. This controversial statement highlights the deep divisions and complex dynamics surrounding the conflict. The situation in Gaza remains dire, with Israel continuing its bombing campaign in the region. The ongoing conflict has led to a significant humanitarian crisis, raising concerns and debates on the international stage about the appropriate responses and potential resolutions. As the conflict persists, the future remains uncertain, including the potential for visits from U.S. officials to Israel. Diplomatic efforts and international engagement will likely play crucial roles in addressing and potentially mitigating the conflict. There was panic in Canada and the USA when Russia and China sent nuclear bombers near Alaska, close to the Canadian border in the north. This strategic maneuver was part of a joint military exercise between the two countries. The USA and Canada attempted to intercept and make contact with the bombers before they returned to their bases. This show of force by Russia and China is a clear stance against the United States in the context of upcoming geopolitical events, demonstrating their military capabilities and strength. Recent media reports suggest that India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is planning a visit to Ukraine in the near future. This follows Modi's recent visit to Russia, where he met with President Vladimir Putin and received a warm reception, including being honored with Russia's highest civilian award. During the visit, there were discussions about several deals, though details have not been fully disclosed. The United States reportedly expressed dissatisfaction with the outcome of the Russia visit. In response, India appears to be balancing its relations between Russia and the US by scheduling a high-profile visit to Ukraine. India recently secured a deal to use the Mangla port in Bangladesh, a strategic location in the Bay of Bengal. This move is significant, as China had also shown interest in the port to enhance its presence in the Indian Ocean. However, a recent visit by Bangladesh's Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to China did not yield the anticipated results, which may have indirectly benefited India. There are growing concerns that China's influence in the region may be diminishing, as they face challenges with their resources and strategic goals. It remains to be seen whether this is due to diminishing resources, or if China already has sufficient assets in place. A recent rocket attack on Majdal Shams in the Golan Heights has been attributed to Hezbollah. This tragic incident resulted in the deaths of 12 children and injuries to at least 42 others, most of whom were between the ages of 10 and 16. Our deepest condolences go out to the victims and their families. Although Hezbollah has denied responsibility, experts have indicated that the trajectory of the rockets points to their origin from either Syria or Lebanon. 57th ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting in Vientiane, Laos, reaffirmed ASEAN's dedication to advancing community building, promoting regional peace, and reinforcing regionalism. The discussion centered on executing the ASEAN Community Vision 2025, boosting connectivity, bridging development disparities, and deepening economic integration. Leaders underscored the need to uphold ASEAN centrality and enhance collaboration with external partners. Additionally, they supported member states' candidacies for international organizations and celebrated progress in the ASEAN priority areas for 2024. Quad Foreign Ministers meeting took place in Japan on July 29, with Australia, India, Japan, and the United States reviewing the group's progress and future plans amid global tensions, including conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. India is expected to host a Quad Leaders Summit in 2024. While the Quad started as a humanitarian coordination group, it's often referred to as the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, but is not officially labeled a security grouping. The informal Squad includes Australia, Japan, the Philippines, and the US, focusing on regional maritime security. The Quad continues to address various issues and remains committed to its objectives. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan recently made a provocative statement threatening to invade Israel in support of Palestinians amid ongoing conflict with Hamas. Erdogan, known for his strong criticisms of Israel, likened potential military action against Israel to Turkey's previous interventions in Nagorno-Karabakh and Libya. His comments reflect heightened tensions between Turkey and Israel, particularly given Turkey's NATO membership and Israel's close ties with several NATO countries. In Venezuela's recent election, both President Nicolás Maduro and opposition candidate Edmundo González Urrutia claimed victory amid allegations of fraud and irregularities. With 80% of votes counted, Maduro was reported to have received over 51% of the vote, while González secured more than 44%, according to the National Electoral Council, CNE. However, the US and other global leaders expressed doubts about the results, citing irregularities such as denied access for opposition witnesses and disruptions in vote data transmission. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado asserted that their records showed González with 70% of the vote, promising to defend their claim of victory. On Tuesday, Israel launched a deadly strike in a densely populated Beirut suburb in response to a rocket attack from the Golan Heights that killed 12 children and teenagers. Israel attributed the rocket attack to Hezbollah and targeted Fuad Shukr, a senior Hezbollah official in southern Beirut. The Israel Defense Forces claimed to have eliminated Shukr, but Hezbollah has not confirmed this, and the claim remains unverified. Hezbollah denied involvement in the Golan Heights attack. The escalation adds to growing concerns that the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah could intensify amid Israel's ongoing military offensive against Hamas in Gaza. Hamas has claimed that its political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, was killed in an Israeli strike in Tehran, marking a significant and volatile escalation in the region. Israel has not confirmed or denied responsibility for the assassination. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to continue the fight, stating that Israel is prepared for any scenario and has delivered crushing blows to its enemies. This incident follows the recent killing of a senior Hezbollah commander in Lebanon by Israel. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei promised retaliation, accusing Israel of paving the way for severe consequences. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stated that the U.S. was not aware of or involved in Haniyeh's killing. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced $500 million in military funding to enhance Philippine defenses and advance a proposed military intelligence sharing pact. The announcement came after meetings with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who has strengthened Manila's alliance with Washington amid escalating tensions with China in the South China Sea. Marcos emphasized the importance of a U.S. military presence for regional stability. The funding aims to modernize the Philippine military and Coast Guard and enhance security cooperation in response to China's aggressive actions. Blinken and Austin highlighted the ongoing strategic partnership and collaboration between the two nations. India and Vietnam have unveiled a new plan to strengthen their comprehensive strategic partnership, including a $300 million Indian credit line to enhance Vietnam's maritime security. The announcement came during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Vietnamese counterpart Pham Minh Chinh amid rising tensions in the South China Sea. Modi emphasized that India supports evolution rather than expansionism and highlighted new defense initiatives, including the launch of an army software park in Nha Trang. Despite recent improvements in Vietnam's ties with China, the country remains concerned about China's expansive claims in the South China Sea. Modi underscored their shared commitment to a free, open, and rules-based Indo-Pacific and collaboration on terrorism and cybersecurity. That's a wrap for today's global adventure. Remember, history is written by the victors, but podcasts are made by us. Subscribe for your weekly dose of global intrigue.